So now it's a great pleasure for me to introduce Sara Longo, who's the operation manager of Airviz, Inc., which deals with the importance of air quality in smart cities. Airviz, Inc. is one of the spin-offs of our CREATE lab. Professor Eli Norbush of robotics has many creative ideas, and this is one working with smart cities.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So, as she mentioned, I'm Sara Longo. I am the operations manager at Airviz. We are a spinoff of the Carnegie Mellon University CREATE lab, which is part of the robotics department. We were actually here last year presenting. My boss, Ela, was here, so I'm happy to be here again to give you some updates about what we've been working on in the air quality space. So I'm going to start by telling you the importance of air quality and the impact that it has on everyone. Air quality, I first want to stress that affects every mom and child in the world, on top of what we already know about it affecting those with asthma, COPD, and heart problems. I've highlighted one study here that has just connected, it's very recently published, linking low birth weight to air pollution and increased PM 2.5 levels. Now, for those of you who don't know what PM 2.5 is, they are very small particles, often referred to as fine particulate matter, that are 2.5 microns in size or less. So it means that they're about 1/30th the width of a strand of hair. So they're very small. We breathe them in, they get into our bloodstream, and they have the most long-term health effects. Now, here are some other studies that are recently published just identifying the links between air pollution and asthma, autism. My favorite one, which is number 5, the Allen study, which links bad air quality to a decrease in cognitive function in a work environment. So that's something that you can all think about when you go to work tomorrow. So to bring this to a local scale, here is a picture of CMU's hometown, Pittsburgh. This is where Airviz is also headquartered, but this compares a clean air day to a dirty air day, and you can see a clear difference, which presents a nice opportunity for Airviz and anyone thinking about a smart city to monitor indoor and outdoor air pollution. Now, when you think about smart cities and air quality, it's really important to understand the problem and who is the most affected. So this is actually a photo of Pittsburgh that was taken using EVA, the visualization tool that Saman and Amir will present later. So there's a whole bunch of dots on this map. The green ones identify those who are of a lower socioincome status. The purple dots are those of a higher socioincome status. When you're talking about air quality, most often the problems are in the river valley, which you can see from this trend that it's most often those who are of low income status. It's not fair when we think about a smart city and how we should offer technology to everyone, and there should be universal access to the tools that we developed. So that's part of our mission at Airviz and how we hope to make an impact. So the first type of technology we developed is called the Spec sensor. This is an indoor fine particle counter. So this gives you a reading of the particle load of fine particulate matter in an indoor environment. Spec is the lowest cost, highest performing sensor on the market today. We were able to achieve this through a unique algorithm and calibration process that allows us to use a relatively inexpensive sensor and make it perform at the level of a more expensive one. So we know that it works, and to our knowledge, we're the only sensors on the market that do this for the fine particle space. Now, on the back end of the Spec, we have a custom open data repository that allows us to timestamp and store data correctly so that we can visualize it both temporally and spatially in a user-friendly manner. If you're interested, Spec is now sold on specsensor.com, and we ship all over the world. Now, as part of our universal access, we want to offer Spec to as many people as possible so that we can solve that problem of equality. So we've started a program called the National Library Program and partnered it with an air quality advocate program. Now, when you think about the position that libraries play in a community, they're starting to be a very important cultural hub for smart cities, a place where you can go and rent books, you can rent technology, you can learn new things. So we have now distributed specs in 100 libraries across the United States so that you could presumably go to your public library, check it out just like you would rent a book, take it home, explore your air quality, and bring it back 3 weeks later. With the Air Quality Advocate Program, we've also created a network of individuals who are experts in air quality and who can train their community and their libraries on behalf of Spec and Airviz. So the second technology we've created for universal access in a smart city is a MEMS particle counter. Now, what we've done here is create a microchip that's about the size of your thumbnail. It's very, very small, and it currently detects particles. The first round that we produced, we just got the first results back, and this is what you're seeing on this graph is the Spec, or the microchip picking up on particles that were blown directly at it. Now the goal for this is to place this microchip in mobile devices so that particle sensing and air quality becomes ubiquitous. And finally, I'd like to present the Honeybee. So this is our newest technology that we've decided to announce here for the first time ever. We're piloting this with many different people, but we haven't publicly announced it yet, so you guys get to be the first ones. So the Honeybee is a board that you can see is fairly small. It connects any sensor in the city to our open data repository that I was talking about before, so allowing any resident really to view the data over any wireless network. So when you think about interesting applications for this, it could be used in a building management system, at a construction site. There's a talk of a project in Pittsburgh that would put weather stations up on the bridges, and if we had a Honeybee with that, any citizen could see the data that came off of that. Now, Honeybee also timestamps and stores the data correctly, so we're able to visualize this on any mobile platform as well. And that's useful for government applications as well. So we hope that we can make an impact in the air quality space, especially in smart cities when you think about connectivity and data access across government and for individuals of different socioeconomic status. So thank you.